The identification of talent refers to the formal and informal processes that are used in recognizing students who exhibit behaviors that indicate potential talents within a specific domain, according to Johnson 2024. Talent identification programs are established all over the world with the goals of identifying and developing young players who have the perceived potential to reach elite level performance. However, Johnson, Farrer and Baker in 2021 raised the awareness of the multifaceted nature of talent, which is further explored in Video 1, What is Talent? They have been critical of the current talent identification methods these organisations are using, even at the professional level. They brought to the forefront that most talent identification systems focus on the selection of individuals who have certain physical characteristics at an early age, hoping they will one day become a success, whilst neglecting the nurturing and development process. For example, the NBA draft is used to introduce new players to the league every year that have the perceived potential to be elite level talents. However, Fisay in 2024 raised the fact that many draft picks that have been made do not result in optimal outcome. Many point to the case of Anthony Bennett. He was the first overall draft pick in 2013, but went on to be regarded as one of the worst draft picks of all time after an underwhelming first few seasons in the league, averaging only 4.2 points and 3.1 rebounds per game. Besides that, less than 10% of the now successful elite adults were thought to have been at a performance level by the age of 11 or 12, according to Bloom in 1985. Martindale et al. In 2007 further stressed the number of resources being poured into talent identification development, but put forward these methods are not conducive or sustainable for developing talent or long-term engagement within sport. Radnor et al. In 2021 proposed that early maturity advantages such as height and strength can actually be detrimental to the long-term development of athletes, as they will neglect to develop their skills and techniques and instead become more reliant on their physical prowess.
Strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for them.
Research has demonstrated that the identification of talented performers is not possible by anthropometrical and physical measures before the adolescent growth period due to their instability. This could be due to a number of factors such as the relative age effect, where athletes born in the early months of the school year have both physical and cognitive advantages over those born in the latter months. Another pitfall of modern talent identification methods is the viewpoint of early specialization, which involves the focus of one particular sport at the exclusion of all others. Whilst large hours of practice can equate to better initial performance, the benefits of diversification and later specialization are expanded on in Video 4, Early Specialization. In order to avoid the pitfalls of talent identification, the implementation of effective talent development environments are critical. Having a broad range of fundamental movement skills can characterize and underpin a child's perceived capabilities to perform more sport-specific skills, according to Beamer et al. In 1999. The development of fundamental movement and sport-specific skills, decision-making, and an intrinsic love for the sport will serve an athlete far greater at the later stages of their career, as opposed to simply being the biggest or the fastest on the under-8s football team, according to Martindale and Mortimer in 2011. The incorporation of cognitive, perceptual, and motor skills into training programs can help distinguish between elite and sub-elite level players at later stages, according to Williams and Hodges in 2005. Ferguson et al. In 2013 agreed a person's development environment often has major impacts on their personal and physical characteristics. Whilst these are phenomenal attributes to have in a sporting context, it has proven incredibly difficult to teach these moves to other players. Instead, research implies that these are qualities that have emerged through player interactions within their environment that result in the skillful behaviours we see in many professional sports. In other videos, we discussed how the Brazilian football players are renowned for their skill, and we looked at their birthplace where things like favelas, samba music and dancing are constantly present, leading to these deceptive and trick-like behaviours emerging. Likewise, the small island of Samoa is renowned for producing many great NFL football players. Talent development environment research suggests that their success is heavily down to their socio-cultural values, which emphasises community, self-discipline, respect, family, being humble, and taking pride in other success. Ultimately, it is not the perceived ability a player possesses at a young age that determines their sporting success, but rather it is their environment that facilitates their psychological, physical, and cognitive development that can impact their future achievements.